welcome back to another Eating with I have bought Casper's. I have a little story time kind of explaining to do, and I just thought this would be the perfect moment to do it because I'm stressed a bit and I need some comfort food. I got a Casper's, I got the chocolate waffle, I got a Coke and the little ice cream thing that you get. Don't know how I'm going to pop that off, that'll be fun. And ice cream. I feel like this is bigger than usual. Very excited. This is the second of my little Eating with Em episodes. Usually I would have preferred to have like a really cute outfit on and be somewhere posh and fancy. However, this is just my way of telling this story, telling this experience, and just normalising it like I am normalising eating alone, eating maybe what society would deem unhealthy foods. I mean, I think a chocolate waffle and ice cream probably is quite unhealthy. However, you know, you gotta have treats sometimes. And also sorry for like eating with my mouth. I always say eating with my mouth full, talking with my mouth full, because that will be occurring. So the whole point of this video is to basically explain that I am moving back home, which is kind of a failure, at least in my eyes. Not for everyone, but for me, because I'm very hard on myself and I am Miss Independent, and I'm always going on about how independent I am. I want to be that girl who does everything on her own, doesn't need anyone's help. Currently that hasn't got me very far. So if you don't know already, I live on my own in Sunderland in a studio flat for uni. And basically with the cost of living and everything going up, and me only being in uni twice a week the next semester, and then only 3 hours the semester after that for 1 day a week, I want to move home and save some money and be happy and not feel lonely. So I'm trying to do this at the same time. That is what I'm going to do. I'm moving in with my boyfriend, which should be quite exciting and really, like, it's a big milestone, because it is, even though he still lives with his mum, but his mum's lovely, so I don't mind. She's like my best friend. I kind of just wanted to do an Eat with Em and a story time together to explain everything that's going on and the whole reasons behind it, and just normalise that moving home is okay, and having no money is okay, and not knowing what you're going to do in the next year at 20 years old is okay. And that's why I've got Casper's. At first, naturally, I didn't want to move back home. It wasn't my first choice. First choice was uni, do what everyone else does, move out, live alone, and then like save up money, rent, and save up money and get a flat and have a mortgage and move in with my boyfriend and do all of that. That dream has been redirected. We're doing things a little bit differently. I don't think I've ever told this story before on my YouTube, but the first uni I went to was Leeds Beckett, and I had this whole plan. I was like, I'm going to be a city girl, I'm going to like do YouTube, I'm going to be amazing, and it never happened, because the first week I was there I got put in a flat with people who like did drugs. COVID was coming back, and I think it must have been September of 2020 where we'd just come out of lockdown, and then we were going back into it. Yeah, we were getting like messages sent to our flat saying like, if you don't stop having parties, then we are gonna like fine you because it's not legal right now. I was about to get fined for something I didn't do, because I don't like parties. If you know me for a while, you know that I am a little home bird. I love going out, getting nice pictures in nice dresses, having nice food, and then being in bed by 12 and having a good night's sleep. It wasn't for me, and I decided that I am going to be moving back home. So I came back home, and that's probably like, other than trying to drive and not being able to drive and not even getting to test in a manual car, I think those two are like the biggest failures that I've ever experienced. I lived with mum for ages until I went through clearing actually, and I went to Sunderland Uni, where I am now, and lived at home for the year and just commuted backwards and forwards on the bus, and then moved here last September because I hated the buses, and I just like, you know what, it's a nice city, like I know people there, it'll be great, I'll have the uni experience, but I want to live on my own. I don't want to like share a flat, hence I have a studio flat, which used to be my little angel, but we'll get to that. Moved in, had a great time, but I wasn't really seeing my friends a lot because everyone's busy at uni. Didn't really have any friends in that accommodation because everyone's like little scared people. Everyone wants to be in the studio flats and be on their own. totally get it. The last year has been pretty lonely, and if I didn't have such like, what's the word, such good company with myself, it would have been insane. A lot of good things and positive things have come from being moved out. I am so much more independent. I have started loads of stuff on Instagram. I've grown my YouTube to a decent size. There's almost 500 of us now. Very happy about that. 500 people were here right now, I'd be destroying them. So that's a lot. The fact that I can eat on my own now and vlog at the same time, I would never have been able to done that if I hadn't lived on my own. And like, I go for walks on my own, like I literally do everything on my own. And I think if I hadn't had such good company with myself, it could have been a really bad year. But it actually has been good. It's only been in the last few months that I've gone, no, it's not for me. I want to be somewhere else. What made me decide to move back home is the building that's going on next to mine. I've said in like every single video, the building next to mine is being ripped down little bit by little bit. I just want to get a big crane and just write down. Really annoying me. And it wasn't going to be finished until I moved out. I just thought, you know what, it's the end of my tenancy. I'm gonna do a heat in my flat, 35 degrees, which is just ridiculous. Like, I even wrote in an email to my company that it's like unlivable. Google government says in a bill I had to be my own lawyer and like get myself out of this tenancy. There's a bill or something on the government website, in the laws, that you can't let a tenant property that's over 21 degrees. Mine was 35. Regardless to say, I got out of it. But yeah, so I think that's kind of everything. People, I'd love to live on Earth on my own. Sliding past that comment. Oh my god, did you see that? It was like a bee or a fly. And why are you thinking, Emma, why are you so skint for? Have you got no money? Get a job. Baby girl. That's a whole nother story, which I'll tell. I worked at JD and I hated every second of it. It was really like, it was like going back to secondary school or high school. I know that a lot of people have had good experiences. My boyfriend worked at JD, a different one to me. He loved it, but it just wasn't for me, and I hate working for other people. Mental health. So yeah, I'm just trying to work on myself, make YouTube and Instagram a full-time career, maybe a little bit of art because that's what I do at uni, and maybe a lot of art. I'd love to have my own home and clothing store aligned with YouTube. I think everything I want to do is aligned with YouTube. I've applied for some modelling agencies. I did mention in one of my other videos, never know what videos go up first on here. I think it'll already be up. If it is, I'll link it. But I had a call the other day from a modelling company, but I didn't apply for them. I applied for someone else and they passed it on, and it was in Manchester, and that's too far away from me, and their portfolio just didn't really match my vibe, and I thought, it's a nice offer but it's not for me. And I had to pay, and one of my friends who lives in Manchester is a model, and she said that you should never have to pay anything before we even get signed, so it didn't happen. I'm a smart girly, I'm not gonna fall for it, and I have my eyes set on one in particular I really like, and I won't settle for anything else, so I'm just gonna pester them until they let me in. I basically just wanted to talk about how it's not a failure that I'm moving back home, and it's never a failure for anyone, whatever age you are. If you have to move back home for your mental health, financial reasons, fuck it. Why does it matter? Like, I feel like Emma Chamberlain would be so much better at explaining this. Oh my god. This is why I needed a drink and I can't open it. It's so much awkward when these things happen on your own. I need someone to laugh with me. If you're not laughing, I will cry right now. I also feel like everyone my age is in a rush to get things done. In a rush to make money, learn to drive, buy a house, just build up, level up. And I think, like, fair enough, because I feel the same, but I think society has really effed us over in that sense, because I am in such a rush and I can't go one day without sitting in my flat and going, you are not doing enough, and I'm like, sorry, doing loads right now. my brain, honestly, I am my worst enemy. I was on the phone with my mum and we were talking about me moving back, and I was like, I just feel like I've failed everyone. Oh, there's a fly, get out. No, that's ruined my day. Just go away. No, you're not invited to eat with them. I feel like I failed everyone. She was like, why would you feel like that? Like, we're all going to support you, we're all going to help you move back, and like, we're just so much happier that you're closer than you were when you were living in Sunderland, because it's like 20 mile, 40-minute car ride, 2 hours on the bus. Honestly, we all need to stop being so hard on ourselves. Like, the last year I've realised that mental health comes first, and it always will, and it always should. And I always want to be real on here, and I just wanted to share this with you all. So I'm going home and I'm gonna save up and I'm gonna level up, and I'm just gonna do so much. Like, I honestly can't wait to show you what I'm doing with my little room. So, like I said, I'm moving in with my boyfriend Carl. I hate motorbikes. That wasn't too bad. They do frighten me though. Moving in with Carl, and he's got like a spare room, so I'm gonna have like the spare room as my little office, and I'm so excited because, first of all, I've always said that when I was living up here, I didn't like that I couldn't just leave my room and go and like bug someone else like I could at home. Like, when my sister lived with us, I could just go and pester her, as you do with your siblings, and yeah, I just really missed having someone close. And like, even when Alice moved out, I'd sit downstairs with mum, which is I think that's a girl thing. Boys don't do that. Carl doesn't do that, so I'm kind of adopting Carl's mum as another of my mum, because I have my mum and I have Carl's mum. I'm just really excited to have someone, and I'm gonna do like a whole video on what I'm doing with the room. I'm getting like a sofa bed, just gonna make it look so pretty, and have like a little place for all of my technical vloggy stuff and all of my art stuff. I'm gonna get some Desenio things to put on the wall. I'll insert lots of pictures so you get the vibe, because I think it'll be like at least a month until I've sorted it out and do this room tour video, just because I'm waiting to get like my student loan. Like I said, I don't have lots of money. But long story short, I'm moving home and I'm really excited. I keep saying home and it's not home, and I've never lived there before, but it is, because it's like the town that I'm from. It's literally like the smallest village. I'm just really excited, and it's not, is it raining? Balls. But I'm basically finished, so let's end the video and I'm gonna dip. Yeah, long story short, I'm moving back home. I'm really excited, and at any point in your life, if you are going off the beaten track, if you are going in a different direction to where you thought you were, it's literally just redirection, and the universe has a plan and it knows what it's doing. And I have learnt that through so many experiences. Like, if I'd stayed at Leeds, I wouldn't be making this video now, because like, that wasn't my group of people. They were lovely, but they weren't for me. And I think I'm just so much happier, and I've done so many things. I wouldn't have the friends I have now, I wouldn't have the boyfriend I have now, I wouldn't have all of the amazing friends and followers I have now if I'd stayed there, and I wouldn't have the degree I'm doing. It, like, literally, I'm so blessed. That's what I wanted to talk about. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm so excited for this new chapter to come. I know that it's going to be a little bit emotional leaving my flat, just because I loved it so much. But like Mum said, things change, and whatever is meant for you won't pass you by. So yeah, it's not a step backwards, it's a step forwards, but like a little bit diagonal.